Welcome to the NACA American Dream program. Each week, we'll talk about how NACA is revolutionizing mortgage lending with the best mortgage in America. It's no down payment, no closing cost or fees, no PMI, no consideration of your credit score. And guess what? It's at a below market fixed rate. NACA's just relentless. This is the NACA way.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back for another episode of NACA's American Dream program. Listen, we have a show for you today. We have one of my favorite friends on, Miss Kim Worthy. She's over the map department, the NSRs. She's just doing it. You don't really see her, but she's in the background working for you when you need an appointment, when you need it rescheduled, when you're trying to get to your counselor. Miss Kim Worthy's team is the one that takes care of you. But before that, I always got to say hey to my friend over in Texas, Miss Control Lady herself, Antoinette Downs Thibodeau. What's going on over there? I miss you, girl.
Hey, Damian, Kim, and everybody out there in the world of NACA. Hello. And Damian, you know what? I'm going to get on to you about that phrase, Miss Janet Jackson Control. He does that to those out there who's new to the show. He does that as a joke. But anyway, this is the American Dream program where you yourself can realize your dream of owning that home. And guess what? At a 5.125 30-year fixed rate, a 4.625 20-year fixed rate, and a 4.875 15-year rate, you still can't beat that with a stick, because poke me like a steak, because I'm done. That is the best rate in town, and only through the NACA program can you buy down your rate to virtually 0%. That's right. You can buy down your rate to virtually 0%. So this is the American Dream podcast, where you can realize your God-given right to own a home. We are here to provide awareness, access, and change. Awareness, giving you awareness of all the programs and services that NACA has to offer. Access, opening up the doors to give you access to those tools. And we got tools for you, and the change where you can change your financial condition and your economic and social status. So that's why we are here today. And I am so glad to be here, accompanied by two great, amazing people, which we're going to talk to Kim about some things and get more. Oh, Mo Better, I miss you too, girl. Love you, girl. I love you. I know it has been a while. We've missed you guys. But guess what? Yes. We've been a little busy. So just because you didn't see us on these airways, it wasn't that we were missing in action. Let me tell you how busy we've been. We have been so busy that we have not had one, not two, not three, but we have done over 20 actions, 20 events, 20 circumstances where we have went to go and meet people where they are. We went into the neighborhoods doing good, meeting people where they are to provide them access. We said no more of you coming to the big metropolitan areas to see NACA. We're going to come to you. And that's right. As always, you can call us if you want us coming to a neighborhood or a community near you. Reach out to us. Contact Angie, Annette, Damian. You can contact any of us. Always at www.naca.com. Or you can call 425-602-6222. That's 425-602-6222. You can call our member services number and say, you know what? I want to hear from you guys. I want you to be right here in my neighborhood. But just like Damian said, we have a special guest here. And I don't know how we can tee up this guest. The best way I can think of is to allow Kim to talk about who she is, what department she represented, all of the beautiful things. And then I'm going to tell you, Mo Better, I see you out there. And Mina Mercury, thank you, girl. I love you guys. I'm going to tell you guys, if you haven't been watching us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the social media platforms, I'm going to tell you guys just how busy we've been because Kim was there. But Kim, before we get started, thank you for joining the show again. You're not new to the hood. You're true to this hood. So talk about who you are in your department, Kim.
Great. Well, thank you for having me, Jeanette and Damien. It's a pleasure to be on the show once again. I am Kim Worthy. I oversee the MAP department. That's our Membership Assistance Program department. Not only do I oversee that department, but I also oversee the Home Save department and our National Service department. So all of those rolled into one. And let's not forget those economic justice advocates, which oversee our rental piece of NACA. So like Ms. Jeanette said, my hands are busy all over the place, but no better place to be than NACA to serve you, you and you. I so enjoy my job and look forward to coming each day to serve each and every one of you. Um, busy. Alabama, 1920, no, 20. Let me get that right. 20 sites that we visit over a 4-day period, 20 sites. It was a humbling experience. We came to the neighborhoods. We saw the firsthand of what was going on in the neighborhoods. Not only did we actually come to the neighborhoods, we got a chance to walk around the neighborhoods, get up close and personal with a lot of homeowners, a lot of our members. We're not able to do that through the big events that we have because we're busy, getting you through the process and all. But these events, these 20 sites that we went to, gave us a chance to get up close and personal, a chance to just take our time and just listen. Take our time and listen. Not that we don't always listen, because we do, but this gave us an opportunity to do a little more one-on-one with each and every person that came through our site. We got a chance to meet the mayors. We got a chance to meet a lot of local politicians. We got a chance to visit churches and go to church services. And it was just a humbling experience for us to do that piece of work as opposed to what we're accustomed to doing all these years that we had our events. I can go on and go on, but I know there's other talk to be had and done, and questions to be asked. So I'm going to, like my grandma say, I'm going to put a lid on it and pass the torch back to the host and the co-host and wait till my turn to speak again.
I'm not even gonna let you get away with just what you did, because you did something awesome, and we all did something awesome in these cities. But I just want people to know where you were specifically, because you were in a historic city.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. I was in Selma, Alabama, y'all.
All
Selma,
right.
Alabama. Now let me tell you a little bit. Let me tell you a little bit about this. Why I so enjoyed this, because and for the appointed time that I was there, we were meant to be there. My team and I were meant to be there. Number one, we left Thursday from Charlotte, North Carolina, 6:00 in the morning. We made a stop, just a stop. Now it was a stop in Atlanta, but that stop ended up being about 3 hours long. Little did we know, during those 3 hours, there was a tornado brewing in Selma. Had we stayed the course, we would have went right into that tornado, ran into that tornado. So sometimes I look back and I tell the staff, sometimes delays are good.
Come on.
Sometimes delays are good.
Go ahead.
Again, I say we were meant to be there because we still got to Selma. But not only when we got to Selma, the church that we were to have our event at, half of the roof was torn off
by the storm,
by the storm. No power lines down everywhere around Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church where we were to have that event. But when I walked inside, pitch dark, but guess what?
What?
That equipment was not touched.
Oh my goodness. The equipment was still intact.
Equipment still intact. The second reason why we were supposed to be there. Third reason why we were supposed to be there, because within less than 24 hours, we found another location to continue on with that event at Selma University. So I say, God moves in mysterious ways. He always has a plan, and there's always a ram in the bush. We were meant to be in Selma. We were meant to be there. We met so many great people there. The mayor, James Perkins Jr., also the pastor of Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church, got to meet him, talk to him, met his congregation, First Lady Cynthia Perkins, Pastor Marvin Thompson, and Deacon James. Deacon James, I apologize, I forgot your last name, but I see you so clearly, sir. I see you so clearly. You gave me such a history lesson down there. But just a great group of people I ran into and met. And like I say, it's like I met them in another pastime or what have you. Now we were before I left there, I had phone numbers. I was on first name basis. Just great experience there. I love the people of Selma. I want to come back. I'm coming back, y'all.
All right. Well, you know what, Kim, and I always look at it like this. I was on the phone with some of the team as the occurrences was happening, and you guys did get delayed and stalled. And like you say, God don't make mistakes. This
Not
was
at all.
destined to happen, and it was destined to happen in the order that it happened, because
Absolutely.
though we fail, we didn't fall all the way down. My
Amen.
grandma used to say, if you're on one knee, you can still get up, right? So here's the thing about the whole gamut. We were able to move that equipment down the street to the college, and still, though we fell short on that day, we rose to the occasion and services were met. We still provided awareness. We still provided access, and we still transformed and changed lives.
Come on now.
Transforming lives. Food donations happened last weekend. Access to more affordable lending and home ownership was actually happening last weekend. And guess what? We'll be back on the 11th. We'll be back on the 25th to provide more of what you need to succeed. We don't stop. It just keeps going and going and going and going. And if you don't understand where the train is going, get on board and just ride. Don't worry about where we're going. Just ride.
Look, where the offering plate at? I'm about to put my money in now. Come on. Say what you
can. Kudos to you and your team, because though you could have given up and said, well, you know what, this isn't going to work, we'll postpone, Kim and her team say, no. People are still coming. Absolutely. They need help. Let's go somewhere else. And shout out to Mayor Perkins. That's my friend now. I have a conversation with Mayor Perkins at least once a week. And so he's still out there pushing for his community, pushing for his neighborhoods and his constituents. So I love that spirit of excellence, that spirit to serve. And Kim, you and your team rose to the occasion, as you always do, time and time again. You don't give yourself enough credit, because it takes a good leader, and good leaders and stewards make others talk about it, be about it, and want to be part of it and follow. And that's what happened. That's what happened. I commend you and your team for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ms. Fernandez, for that shout out. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support and being on here always. Thank you.
Absolutely. I can't see the comments, but I know I'm seeing pop-ups of love. And somebody say that's nothing but God, and it was. All right, Mo Bell, that's my girl. It is nothing but love. But you know what? There was so many lives transformed during the Alabama event. We saw there were 20 cities we tackled at an event at one time. That's never been done before. Akron, Baker Hill, Birmingham, Bessemer, Hueytown, Colony, Fairfield, Fort Deposit, Greenville, Greensboro, Montgomery, Monroeville. Oh my God. And the list goes on. And Tuskegee, Mayor Haygood out in Tuskegee, Mayor Ford in Tuskegee. Those are my boys over there. State Representative Patrick Sellers, who's out there continuously. He was out over the weekend passing out NACA materials to the people in Selma, Kim. So, this is a relationship. And it is a continuous relationship. And what do you have to do in relationships? You have to continue to stay connected. Continue not to just go in. And one thing that I made sure, and the CEO of NACA made sure that we weren't going to do, we weren't just going to go in and then leave. We're going to go in and we're going to continue to come back, because what we realized, though we go into the big metropolitan areas, we realized that a lot of the smaller towns and the smaller communities were being disenfranchised and didn't have access to our services. So what we decided to do, meet people where they are. So we're coming to you. We're going to be in a neighborhood near you. You want to find out more? Go to www.naca.com. Look at the little banner scrolling across the screen and find out where we're going in a city near you. So guess what? This time, February 25th, we're going to tackle 4 or 5 more states. Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Louisiana. I got a couple of spots in my hometown in Louisiana. We hear you calling Hammond, Lafayette, Shreveport, Monroe. We're coming to you. We'll be there. So guess what? We're offering more and more opportunities for smaller towns to get access to America's Best Mortgage. And guess what else? We are now doing refinance. We are now doing rehab. That is a beautiful program because what we found out, and Kim, I think you alluded to that, there are some people that are in trailers, that are in homes that are broken down. They didn't have insurance, or for whatever reason, the insurance didn't cover the cost. So those people are going to need rehab assistance. And guess what? NACA is going to be that leg that you can use and access to get rehab dollars. So if you need rehab, and we're looking for those that are in need of rehab due to code safety and health violations. So if your home is in need of repair based on code safety health, then definitely reach out to us. That's 425-602-6222. Reach out to our member services department and go ahead on and find out what you need to do to get what your home up to par or up to code or habitable. That's what we're here for.
So you can move back into Big Mama's house.
You can. Don't you sell Big Mama's house and Big Mama.
No.
And you know what? That's an interesting topic. I'm glad you brought that up because Mayor Perkins, Kim, he and I was on a radio show together. He invited me to go to a radio show, and it was we had a great time. And so during that radio show, we found out, we started talking about how people just get tired of dealing with taxes, tired of dealing with the upkeep of the home. They're living away from the home, and they just don't want to deal with Big Mama's house. They don't want to deal with all the woes and things like that. That's one thing. That's saying, okay, I can afford to keep it. I just don't want to. But if you're losing Big Mama's house or Medea's house and you want and desire to keep that house, you better reach out and let us know you have that desire, because there are avenues that NACA has. There are resources that are available to you to help you do just that. On top of that, Mayor Perkins and I also had a good conversation on what to do when you don't think home ownership is afforded to you, or you, as Damien always talks about, writing your own declination letter. And I thought about it, and I had this conversation with him. You know, back in the day when our grandparents and our parents was trying to get a home, they did everything they could. I don't remember having a grandparent that rented. Did you ever go to your grandparents' house and they rent the house? No. Grandmothers and grandfathers, your grandparents own their home, and sometimes they own the house beside them too. Or
and the land, and a lot of land.
They knew back then that the wealth was in the land. Generational wealth. This is legacy building. They knew that the best way to put a stake in the ground, claim it as your own, and create that generational wealth and pass that home down to your children's children was through home ownership. Mm-hmm. So it was as tough as it was for African American or people of color at that time. They still owned the house. They still owned the land. Why is it so difficult now? I'll hold. I'll make a question. I'll hold. It's difficult now because we make it so. You have not because you asked not. I asked, we was in Beaumont, Texas, and Mayor Mouton and I, shout out to Mayor Mouton. Mayor Mouton and I in Beaumont, she was fussing, and she got into this fit because she said, wait a minute, there's only about 100 people in line to get access to America's Best Mortgage. But there was 350 standing up waiting for Sir Charles' concert to do the blues concert just last night. So here's the thing. It's about wanting it. Do you want to own a piece of that rock or not? Do you want to own a piece of the land or not? And so you have to make decisions, and life is about choices. What matters to you most? So Kim, I posed that question. Why do you think it's so difficult for people now, or is it difficult?
I don't think it's difficult. I think people, they just don't want to take the time and go through a process. Not that the process is tedious and things of that nature, but we live in a world now where we want everything in an instant. I think, right, in an instant. We want the house in an instant. We want the car in an instant, and so on and so forth. I don't think it's that difficult, like you said. It's just about really wanting it. You know, right. If you really want it, you're gonna go out and do what is necessary to get what you want. You know, and And that's just the way I look at it. You know, if I really got my mind fixated and focused on getting a home, then as easy as our process is to come through NACA, I'm gonna do whatever is necessary or whatever the council tells me to do to get to that next step to become that homeowner. And I
Right.
think that's what it's all about.
I
Right.
also think it's just easy to keep doing what you're doing, and because we're people of habit and don't like change. I myself, my action plan was to stop shopping and save money. It took me a
Mhm.
minute. I just couldn't stop shopping. Every time I saw something, I wanted to go buy it. Every time something came up. But when I really got to the point of saying, you know what, I'm tired of renting,
Mhm.
I'm tired of doing this, and I just stayed focused and I kept my head down. And hey, even with a 480 credit score, I always say 2.23 back in 2004. So stay the course. There's no reason. When you look at me and you see that boy got a house, there ain't
Right.
no reason. You just shut it down. If he can get a house, doggone it, I can get one too.
You're sure right. Go ahead, Kim. I'm sorry.
You're
You're
muted.
muted. Can't hear you. That's all right. That's okay. But Damien and ladies and gentlemen, Damien always talk about that 480 credit score. And you know what? He ain't new to it. He true to it. He owns up to it. And he let us know if he can get that house at a two. What was your interest rate, Damien?
2.23. 30 years.
2.23. If he can get that house at a 2.3 interest rate with a 480 credit score, why not you? Why not you?
Hey,
Don't write your own declination letter. This is the program for you. So those of you who are out there teetering, trying to figure out if it's right for you, it is. Stay with it, be encouraged, and stay motivated. And those of you who are in the middle of the program and getting discouraged, and somebody telling you, well, girl, they not gonna give you no house, or they not gonna approve you. Why not you? You better shake that demon off of you and get whoever that is around you, get that negativity away from you, because guess what? It is destined for you. It's not by mistake, it is by sheer design that you are where you're supposed to be. Congratulations, Starla Harris. Starla, I'm giving you a shout out. Starla say, I just got qualified. And that's what I'm talking about. I love it, Starla. I look forward to hearing from you after your closing, love. Congratulations. And see, that's what I'm talking about. This is Motivational Monday. I love it. She just changed the name of the show. Starla, you changed the name of the show to Motivational Monday. Let's do it, Damien.
Listen, and if you got family in these places, even if you have a house, share it with somebody else. Don't hold the light, share the light. So these other places may not be where you're located, but look up there and see where your family is at. And if they're in locations near them, let your family know about them. We want to build generational wealth for all our family across the country. We in all 50 states. There's no reason that our family can't be in a better situation, and we help them to get there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, before we move further, we got two things we want to show you. One of the things is we are still, the rental epidemic, and where people are getting priced out of their apartments. And again, if you're renting and have 12 months consecutive rental payments, you can have 12 months of consecutive ownership, and that you've proved it, you're demonstrating it. But we continue. You remember, NACA is an advocacy organization first, so we continue to fight those nasty landlords who are trying to price you out of your apartments, price you out of your lodging and things of that nature. And just recently in Charlotte, North Carolina, we had a call to action because Invitation Homes is one of the biggest. They literally virtually have access to a large percentage of the rental market out here across the country. And so, but with that being said, they also is one of the biggest and the nastiest when it comes to doubling up on your rent and pricing you out, and then making sure that they're locking you in. So in some of the places that they have that the people are renting are not even code safety or health compliant. So they've gotten this bad reputation now lately of being a slumlord. But we just did an action with Invitation Homes, and Shola, you're out there. Shola is our producer here behind the scenes making things happen. Shola, let's show that video of what actually transpired based on the power of NACA. Take it away. Do we have it? Are we having technical difficulties? All right, looks like we're having some technical difficulties,
do
but
apologize.
yeah, I do apologize. We did do an action out there in North Carolina. We had a large amount. Kim, I think it was it close to 50 people just on our side, but what was the total number of people called to action as a whole?
She's
And she's still having audio. So David, it's just I know that it was quite a few. But again, if you are facing any type of issues with Invitation Homes, please, please, please reach out 425-602-6222 and let them know what your issues are, what's going on with Invitation Homes. And guys, you know, as we get ready to wrap up, I want to press upon you, stay connected with us on all our social media platforms. Stay connected. We have the video out there on Invitation Homes, but guess what? We also have a recap of what happened back in Martin Luther King weekend. It was called a weekend of service. And so we did a recap of all of the 20 sites that we did this event in. And it was monumental. It was 20 sites, 4 states, Georgia, Texas, Louisiana, and Alabama. And it was truly amazing. I don't know if Shola, you're able to show that video or not. You can try. If you're able to, let's take it away and we'll end with that. Now we have Invitation Homes.
Some passionate protesting today in North Charlotte. People concerned about the rising cost of rent. Action 9's Jason Stujenki is in the studio tonight with the changes that they're asking for. Jason?
Yeah, well, the renters call their group Renters Rising. They're upset with corporate landlords, the ones which have been buying a lot of single-family homes throughout our area the last few years so they can rent them out. The tenants say they are slow to fix things, but quick to charge higher rent and even evict.
First door on the left.
A few hours ago, these renters went to the North Lake area to the offices of one of the bigger names in the business, Invitation Homes. But they were really speaking to the corporate landlord industry as a whole. They held signs saying corporate greed and get out of our communities. They're asking for at least 4 things on behalf of Charlotte renters: a 3% cap on rent increases, a better process for voicing grievances, better maintenance, and to be recognized as a union.
We are going to continue organizing. We are going to continue fighting. We are going to continue growing until these corporate sharks hear our voice united and give us our homes.
Now, as for the other side, the National Rental Home Council speaks for the industry. It told me it met with Renters Rising twice recently and plans to meet again. It called the group's actions today unruly and intimidating. The council says it cares deeply about its renters and that its members provide high-quality homes in safe, desirable neighborhoods. It went on to say a 3% cap on rent increases may not be possible in all circumstances. We're asking why. In studio, Jason Stujenki, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Jason, thanks very much for that. And we also told you the UNC Charlotte Urban Institute did a study saying that as of summer of 2021, corporations owned more than 11,000 homes just in Mecklenburg County. County leaders set aside $500,000 to study the impact that corporate landlords have. A U.S. senator is pushing a bill which would limit how many single-family houses a company can own. The penalty would be $20,000 for each home over 100. If you know someone who's looking for an affordable place to stay, we have a county-by-county guide on our WSOC app and on our website. Look under the Community tab.
All right. Thank you.
I like that. Ooh,
That
I like
was
that.
awesome, Kim. And I saw you out there. It's always putting on the good fight. I love it. Yeah, Mobetta, it is. It is a wow moment. And someone had also said they were just talking about how they're getting ready to get priced out of their apartment. It's time for them to renew, and the rent went up over $500. Okay, hello everybody, $500 increase. That's a car payment. That's your auto payment, and in some cases, a mortgage payment. Come on. So, we have these fights, we take them on, and we stand in solidarity for economic justice. We always will. Reach out to us. Our radio show number, don't forget our podcast number is 833-771-0500. That's 833-771-0500. These instances and more, reach out to us. If things like this is happening in your community, in your neighborhood, I know we're broadcasting across all 50 states, across 3 million viewers right now. So if this is happening in your local areas, reach out to us. If you need NACA and want NACA to get involved, reach out to us, 833-771-0500. As always, you can reach us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, we're there. And as always, you can find out the latest on our actions, www.naca.com. Stay posted, everybody. And Shola, as we go out, go ahead, Damien. Did you have something?
Oh, no, I was just saying thank you.
Absolutely. And as we head out, we're going to head out with one thing that I want to make sure we focus on. The fight continues to bring more generational wealth, closing that gap, that generational wealth building gap. We're going to close that gap to systemic racism in America. We're going to make sure we continue to do that by any means necessary. And if we should supposed to be in one of the areas and neighborhoods in your neighborhood or community, reach out to us and let us know. With that, Shola, let's take it away with our 19-city, 4-state recap.
Kim, can you hear us too? No? You can hear, but not. Okay. That's all right.
He's teeing up the video right now.
Also, while he's teeing up the video, you want to that question?
I'd hate to answer and it stops. Okay, Dara. I'll make sure we get Dara's question answered. As her on the D. Yes, you can, Dara. You can still apply. Come on through.
Hey, you heard it.
Any word from Shola on the back end? Otherwise, then we're gonna go ahead on and okay, we are working on it right now.
Okay. Well, but one of the other things while we're doing this and while we're waiting for him to get together, that's essential that Kim is so awesome in what she does, the MAP department, membership assistance. What we talk about is not only do we help you get the home under NACA, but her department is responsible if you lose your job, if your income goes down. Don't bury your head in the sand. Call the MAP department. I didn't been through that myself before, so I'm just transparent. I didn't been where I didn't have a job before I started working at NACA. I had to go through the membership assistance. So my thing is that's something else she does. That department also rental assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance. When I tell you this girl is running an apartment that's doing everything on the back end, it is no joke.
I told you she didn't do herself any justice. She did. Those are humble beginnings. That's anybody that I happen to know Kim. So anybody that know Kim know that's who she is. So she's not going to toot her horn, but she will toot it for you. That's
exactly. Here we go, y'all.
Okay, here comes the video. I can't wait for you guys to see this. Take it away, Shola. This is the Alabama region.
We are here in Birmingham, Alabama, and we're here in the historic park across the street from the 16th Street Baptist Church. Behind me, the statue of Martin Luther King Jr. We're here in spirit and in support and advocacy to achieve Martin Luther King's dream of economic justice and of all those who fought and died to give us the opportunities that we have today. And what NACA is doing is historic. We're doing our Achieve the Dream events in 19 locations, focusing on the rural communities, the small communities that have been left out and disinvested for generations, particularly in the Black Belt. So we're going to be in Huntsville, Hobson City, Tuskegee, Birmingham, Montgomery, Baker Hill, Yellow Bluff, and many others around the state of Alabama, Texas, Louisiana, and Georgia. We're thrilled to start this historic Achieve the Dream to help home buyers achieve affordable home ownership, to help homeowners get the repairs they need to renovate their properties. So now we're the foot soldiers in the march for economic justice. Let's get it done.
Hey, good morning. Welcome into the Gary Richardson Morning Show with our guest this morning, Bruce Marks, CEO and founder of the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, NACA, Patrick Sellers, House District 57, Alabama Legislature, and Johnny Clark, NACA Mortgage Counselor.
If you're in the market for a new home and may have trouble qualifying for a traditional mortgage, you want to know about an event that is happening across Alabama this weekend. The Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America is working in several states and several locations across Alabama to be able to provide access to mortgages without a down payment and without relying solely on your credit score.
V94.9 WATV, the V stands for Ride Didi in the morning. Chris Coleman is here, hanging out with you with Mr. Marks from NACA. We're trying to put people in homes today. Everything that you're saying to me is amazing. We have a lot of people that are in the process that want to buy a home, looking at buying a home. This right here, and you're saying you got the best mortgage, period.
We're focused on the African-American community. We're focused in the communities that need NACA the most. I want to give credit to Hobson City Mayor McCrory. She came to Atlanta. We had over 15,000 people. And she said, I want to do this in Alabama, not just in Hobson City. And so she said, you got to do it in the rural communities. And that's what we're doing.
So here, these are houses that have fallen down. I don't know how long the people have been out of that house. I'm sure a good 20 years or so. We have a committee that's getting ready to meet to start working with people to try to see what we can do with these abandoned properties in terms of getting them torn down and getting some things done to really improve this community. We've had some really difficult times, but we've always come through. And when I say that taking this job that pays $600 a month and learning to live off of that $600 a month, because when I first took the job, I wasn't even sure we were going to be getting paid. There are a lot of older people who knew me, who watched me grow up. Right. They were dependent on me to help make some changes. And you know what? I've seen most of those people pass away. And I feel like it's God is telling me, you go ahead because I place you there. And I'm going to take care of you. You know, Bruce, I'm so glad to have NACA, the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America in Hobson City, Alabama. I'm so glad to be a part of this.
You are a true public servant. You are what, we need everybody to be. You're the standard, the highest standard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I am Mayor Grubbs of Baker Hill. If you want to own a home, if you want something of your own, something that you feel good about going to work and paying for, you need to come out to this meeting. It's no doubt. You need to be here. You need to find out what's going on. People don't have the credit to get the loans they need, the credit scores, and they just can't get finance. Thank you, NACA. Come on out.
Mayor Lawrence Tony Haygood here in Tuskegee, Alabama. We're excited to have NACA here, meeting with some of our citizens and residents from around the area and other areas as well. They're providing important information about home ownership and other things that can be done to help you even in your existing home. Councilman Ford, former Mayor Ford, is here with me, and I want to introduce him and let him chime in on this.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to say, not only as a council member and former mayor, but as president of the World Conference of Mayors, we're happy that our organization, Bruce Marks, was one of the first organizations to go on record supporting NACA, stating that this is the kind of thing that we need in Alabama and in this nation. This program, NACA, has proven that they have faith in you and they'll give you an opportunity. So we're just delighted, Mr. Mayor, that they're here in Tuskegee, and we wanted to go all over Alabama and the nation. Welcome.
Thank you very much. All right. We're thrilled to be here, in Alabama, Tuskegee, and to really, for both home buyers and homeowners to get access to the best mortgage out there.
My name is Matthew Walker.
And I'm Taylor Walker.
And we were NACA qualified on January 13th, on the first day that NACA was here. And we showed up around 7:30, and we were able to get in the door and just talk with the staff and be able to get NACA qualified by the end of the day, which was very exciting for us.
My name is Dwayne Pittman, and I'm from Columbus, Georgia. I wanted to try to purchase a house through NACA. My ex-wife, and she told me about it, and when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, right. And then when I took the workshop, I'm like, okay, this is something I got to do. It's nice and easy, and they walk you through every process and let you know the steps that's going to happen and what need to happen in order for you to get a home.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Jessica.
We're here with NACA. We heard about this program just a few days ago. They're here located in Birmingham for a 3-day event. We was told by one of our relatives to get our butts down here so we can try to get us a house.
Nicolette Thompson. I'm here at the First Missionary Baptist Church, so I feel much closer. I've talked to several companies in the past, and I've never felt this way.
NACA is a great program for first-time home buyers because they teach you about becoming a homeowner.
Definitely come in, sit through the 4-hour presentation. It's worth it. It's easier than the FHA loans or going through a bank. And I feel like this is something that is for African Americans.
I am a NACA homeowner myself. My interest rate is 3.25. There were no closing costs, no money down, and I got the incredible information needed to budget and continue to own my home.
This is the first event that they have ever done in Alabama, and so this is really huge. So many people didn't even know that the program existed, so word of mouth. Telling everybody that you come in contact with.
I've enjoyed the people here in Huntsville are so nice and they're happy. They're excited that we're here. So I really enjoy being here.
We're here at the Moses Community Center, also known as the Moses Town Hall, with Mayor Joe Bell. They were very grateful that NACA has come down into the city to help them.
My name is Harold Bell, the mayor here in the town of Moses. I'm so glad to see you all here because this town here has been needing this type help for a long, long time. And also from the time they've been here, we have had a good turnout and the people are very, very happy, especially our younger people that's already renting and paying $700, $800, $900 or more a month. So right now they found out that they can have their own house and sooner or later they can own that house and get away from renting. And so that would be a lot of people that are interested and they're coming out and saying thank you and thank you and thank you.
We are here at International Paper. We're going to work with the residents of Yellow Bluff to help them, have a safe environment that's not being exploited and they're not having the safety issues, the health issues that they're having with International Paper here. It's a massive plant here. You can see it here. It goes 24/7. It's loud. It's you can smell it here. It's tough to smell it. Just when you come in on the city line, you smell this strong odor. It's really disgusting. And the residents, 275 residents of Yellow Bluff, have been dealing with this for decades. NACA is here to help them get economic, environmental justice.
I am Charles Andrews. I am the mayor of the city of Monroeville, Alabama. I had the opportunity to be introduced to NACA and bring here. Their address is one of our key concerns, and that is places for people to live that are affordable for them. We talk about the need for housing. We look at a lot of these structures. They're not occupied, and if people had the opportunity to be able to get financing, that they may be able to go through and do remodeling and bring these homes up to a wonderful living space. I consider it to be a true blessing that I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Marks. We may not have the crowds that Atlanta had. We may not have the crowd that Birmingham or Montgomery had, but there is great value in what has been brought to this city.
I am here in Monroeville, Alabama. It's a community that needs us. It's a community of people who just want to live and have an opportunity.
I am here because the need is great in Monroeville. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside to know that I was able to help someone achieve the American dream.
I'm here in Selma, Alabama, one of the 19 cities for the Multi-City Achieve the Dream event. However, a tornado hit yesterday afternoon, kind of dampened what we came here to do. The city, downtown Selma, is completely destroyed. No power, power lines out. The place here at Ebenezer Baptist Church, where we're to do the event, has no power. We've had people come in and out as early as 8 o'clock, wanting to know, is the event going to still take place? Yes, we're still doing the event. We're trying to maneuver the event over to another location at Selma University. We're here to help people, and now even more, they probably need our help even more now, because now they don't have power, some don't have food, some don't have running water.
Thank be to God, we're still here. No lives in Selma have been lost, as far as we know of. Complete devastation, ruins, widespread.
We would love for this program to come back to disseminate this information so that people can be aware and have the knowledge that they need to move on to be homeowners and property owners. And it's so important at this time, especially with this and the event of this in the wake of this tornado.
We have to be just as aggressive about becoming homeowners as we were about integrating the schools, as we were about integrating the lunch counters. And we have just got to be radical about becoming homeowners.
Thank you to Bruce Marks for his vision to bring it to Alabama, because we need it desperately. And if anyone else wants to take the journey of homeownership, this is where you start.
Thank you to NACA.
Thanks, NACA, for coming.
Thank NACA for coming. I want to thank your staff for showing me generosity.
That is something real, real good to see y'all here to help our peoples here in the town of Moses. This is a big help again. I sure thank you all for coming. Thank you very much.
I thank you all for coming. I thank you for seeing what our needs are in this community. I want to thank all of those other cities that bought into this, because it was a very short turnaround for us to try to get something done. We know that Dr. King's life was all about justice, economic justice, social justice, education, everything. So to have a weekend that focused on his life and his works, and to have a Martin Luther King home buyers workshop to educate people about becoming homeowners so that they can start having that generational wealth that they can pass on to their children.
What we have accomplished over the last 4 days over Martin Luther King holiday is historic. We've been in 19 locations in Alabama, Texas, Louisiana, and Georgia, focusing in on the rural communities and on the Black Belt. And we were there in support with Mayor McCrory of Hobson City, Mayor Gordon, Reverend Kelly, and just people, our staff were integrated within the fiber of those communities. And they want us to come back because people are so excited to really achieve true economic justice through NACA's Best in America homeownership program. And so we have won that battle. But the battle is over, but the war for economic justice continues, and we'll be back to follow through with every person we work with to expand the program to really provide economic justice in the spirit and as the foot soldiers for Martin Luther King Jr., for Medgar Evers, for Malcolm X, and for the many civil rights leaders and workers and soldiers who fought for people's rights, and we continue that struggle. We continue, and we'll be back.
Wow.
Amazing, powerful, impactful. And to Daily Jackie, who is asking when will we be in Delaware and New York, just shoot us a message because New York is still on our radar. The Northeast is heavily on our radar, and we will be back soon. As always, you can find out more of where we'll be next at www.naca.com. And as always, stay focused on our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and all of the media platforms out there. You can always find out more on the official NACA Facebook and Facebook group page. With that, Kim, thank you so much for sharing with us your time, and stay tuned next Monday when we'll be back bringing you more of what you need through NACA's America's Best Mortgage. You guys stay safe, mask up as always, and we'll see you on the other side soon.
Stay safe.
Bye.